Howdy folks, Tex Grebner here with Tex Grebner Outdoors. Gonna be doing another summer vlog here. Spring, summer, whatever the hell May is as a month. Is it a spring month? Is it a summer month? I have no idea. Anyways, the general plan is gonna run, gonna go for 5 miles, then gonna go home, gonna do my workout, maybe go night fishing. But if I get done with everything today with enough time, as you can see here, I've got the tree saw with me, and I'm going to go try and cut some shooting lanes and check on a potential food plot. I have honestly no idea. But what I do know is this here 5 miles ain't going to go run itself, and I'm going to try and get it done with enough daylight to get everything done. As I've said in the past, adult responsibilities suck a lot. And my dream is that of Peter Capstick, of being a full-time professional small boy, which is a really difficult goal to achieve, but at least I have some semblance of doing what I love in Tex Grebner Outdoors. The magical world of Tex fucking Grebner. As you can see, while I was doing my run, I ran out of daylight to basically do anything else but maybe go night fishing tonight after I get done with my second workout. So as it stands right now, the plan is second workout, have some Copenhagen, do some yoga, eat dinner, and maybe go night fishing. But at this point, who the hell knows? As you probably guessed, I did not go night fishing last night, but right now I've got a little bit of time, so I'm going to try and cut some shooting lanes. As you can see, I got a shooting lane cut, so at least that's progress. So the next plan is I'm going to go climb up in a stand and retrieve some camera mounts to work on them in the off season. Had a pretty productive day. Did a little bit of shooting, did a little bit of spear throwing. You saw me cutting shooting lanes. And I went and pulled out some camera mounts to work on them in the off season. Now I'm suited up and laced up to go do my ruck. Gonna try and get 5 miles in before it gets too dark. Then obviously it's Spartan Armor workout time again. All kinds of fun. And then we'll see where the night takes me as far as if I actually make it down to the river. Didn't go fishing last night. Did go to Walmart because I was out of razors. And as you might notice, I actually got a legitimate mustache trimmer. So one thing that I did sure notice was, now that I've actually got my mustache trimmed up all clean and pretty like, it kind of changed my anchor point, which is weird. Now, pro tip, as a traditional bow hunter, if you also chew tobacco, always put your chaw on the opposite side to your anchor point, or it's going to make you shoot wild, just in case you don't actually have a chew in at the time. Ruck time, all kinds of fun. So that's done. I had to walk my 5th mile in the dark. Now it's time to go home and work out again. I got my day over with, and I don't know what I'm hoping to accomplish, but I'm down here at the river, and I'm going night fishing. Not thinking that I'm going to catch anything on account of the fact that the backwater here is really shallow, and it's a little cooler than how I would like it to be. But I've got some Copenhagen, and I'm listening to Conan the Barbarian audiobooks. I'm not sponsored by Audible, but by God I should be. And so, we'll see how this goes. If nothing else, at least I'm getting to go fishing. Or trying to go fishing. Probably not going to catch shit. Spoiler alert, I didn't catch anything last night. Got a little bit of rain today, which means that I've actually got time to do some stuff. Bad news is it makes it humid as shit. I did also do my first part of my workout backwards, where I did my Spartan armor workout before I ran, because I did it first thing this morning because it was raining. And so I'm going to go run later tonight. But right now, gonna do a little shooting. Also, I would hate for you guys to have a false sense of how good a shot I am. Because it seems like on social media and on video, basically all traditional archers turn into fucking Robin Hood. When that's simply not the case. Of course, we're all badasses in our own backyard, where we get to make the rules. And accurate shooting with a traditional bow, traditional style, pretty difficult. Yeah, not a super stellar group. Like, it's not that I'm above showing you guys what a terrible shot I am sometimes, but it's also the fact of, you know, we always want to look good, but at the same time, do you guys really want to watch me suck at shooting sometimes? So that's why normally I never keep in the bad takes. It's not that I'm trying to look better than what I am. It's more that I'm just trying to make sure you guys get entertained. I am not a morning person by any stretch of the imagination, and running in the morning makes you smart. Rather, I should say, running in the morning is what you do if you're smart. But let's just say running in the morning makes you smart. Running in the afternoon makes you mean. Anyways, it's running time. The good news is I've got plenty of time to get my run in, to get all 5 miles. Bad news is it rained, so there's a lot of water sitting on the asphalt that's going to be evaporating and making it humid as shit out there. But time to go run. I'm not going to pretend like I enjoy running. I enjoy running because it sucks. I know that sounds really weird, but it's true. I enjoy it because I know that I'm not going to be happy about myself until it's done. So, I'm going to go do it. Well, I'm done before dark, thank God. And I might even get down to the river before it chills off too much for the fish to bite. But who knows? At least I got that over with. As you can see, I made it down to the river. And I've got a fish story for you. Now, when I got here, I was rigged up with a bobber, a couple of split shots, and a bait holder hook because I didn't have high expectations for this adventure. And so I threw in with a night crawler, and it was too windy to fish with a bobber. Of course, I was too lazy to cut off and retie on with a leader and a no-roll sinker, so I took the bobber off, clamped on a whole pack worth of split shots to add up to a 2-ounce sinker, threw my night crawler in again. About an hour goes by, I get a tug on my line, I go to set the hook. This 1.5-foot gar comes up, not a huge gar, but this 1.5-foot gar comes up to the top of the water, shakes his head once, and he was not impressed with my 10-pound spider wire. Cut me off, went on his merry way. So now that I'm tied on with a leader and a no-roll sinker, odds are probably not going to catch shit. As it stands right now, I haven't had a chance to go bow fishing. It's been raining too much. Luckily, that should bring the river up. Basically, all I've been doing is working in the field and working out when I've got time. Getting real nervous about this boar hunt that's coming up. I got my spears sharpened up. I've got my broadheads resharpened. Basically, all that's left is packing the bags and heading to Oklahoma. And I'm not going to lie to you, I'm all kinds of nervous because, one, it's something that's potentially controversial. The funny thing is, people that don't really understand hunting always say, well, why wouldn't you meet that animal on equal terms if it's a sport to you? Well, then you say, well, I'm going to go and I'm going to try and kill a wild boar with a spear. And the first thing out of their mouth is, well, wouldn't that be dangerous? You're damn right it's dangerous. It's supposed to be dangerous. If there wasn't a solid chance of there being great bodily harm and injury, I wouldn't be interested in doing it. The entire point of doing it this way is to try and meet this animal on an equal terms and be primal and be savage and be visceral. So if I get hurt, I get hurt. If I get killed, I get killed. And that's just the way that it's going to be. And I know that if they recover my body, that the trolls of the internet will piss on my grave, and that's fine. But when you see a spear kill on film, you cannot distance yourself from what you're seeing because it is so primal and so violent and in your face. You can't distance yourself from what you're seeing. I've got all the respect in the world for for Tim Wells. I've got all the respect in the world for Josh Bomar. Both of them have given me some advice along the way preparing for this pig hunt. And frankly, I don't actually even know if I'm going to get close enough to get a spear thrown. I may not actually have it happen. I may just end up trying to get within bow range. Because while we are hunting inside a high fence property, as far as I know, these are really wild boars that have been trapped out of the local ecosystem, and instead of being taken to the slaughterhouse, have basically been let loose in this hunting reserve. So I don't know what to expect. I don't know what's going to happen. We're going into the unknown. But the long and short of things is, I got the spears sharpened up, I've got the broadheads sharpened up, I've been shooting as much as I've got time for, and I've been training to pack that bacon out. And I've been stressing about the social media backlash that might come off of me getting a boar with a spear. God forbid. While I have yet to go bow fishing, it's not for lack of being prepared for the awesomeness, and none of my heavyweight recurves that I prefer to use actually have the AMO hole bushings in the riser. So I decided that I was going to order from Three Rivers one of these AMS retriever adapters that's rubber coated and straps directly to the side of the riser. Now normally I don't run a bow quiver, but on this pig hunt I decided that I was going to use a bow quiver, and so I found out that because the AMO holes are, standardized, in fact, you can use an AMS adapter to run a bow quiver. Well, here I have my spear handles all painted up for texture. I also have my grip tape markers on there. And I've got them hunting sharp. I'm a big fan of making the best of what you can with what you've actually got. And so I bought this monopod from Walmart for about 15 bucks, but it only had just a screw top. And so I also had this old tripod head from an old VCR camera that actually fit that. But to kind of streamline everything and make it a little bit less bulky, I took and I chopped the end off of that with the hacksaw and wrapped it up with electrical tape. So now, on the pig hunt, I've actually got a monopod to work with, which is much easier to work around for some Steadicam stuff on a hunt than a tripod is. And it's a lot quieter. While I'm concluding this vlog for the week, I figured that I'd bring you out here and let you have a look at the food plot that I've kind of sort of started, and pull the card out of ye old trail camera. So back here's my tree stand, and on the other side of those trees, on the opposite side of the fence, I used to have access to that. Unfortunately, the landlord's building a house out there, so naturally, he wants his privacy. He said this was going to be the last year. So I no longer have access to that. So my land access on private land has significantly been cut. Basically, 2/3 of my hunting access is gone, and I haven't had a chance to actually go look at any public land scouting. But to kind of hedge my bets, I actually have hit this with some Roundup, and we just put in some Whitetail Institute chick magnet, and this fescue here is really hardy grass. I mean, we drug a harrow over and over on top of this, and we barely got any of it tore out. It's crazy. But while I'm thinking of it, you might notice that I seem to be a fan of these green cigarette pocket Carhartt shirts. I've got one for every day of the week because green's my favorite color, and they're a darn good work shirt. So I'm not wearing the same damn shirt every day. But we also drug the seed in a little bit, and it's done nothing but rain for the past couple of days. So here's hoping that it gets a good solid start, and also that the cattle that we turn out in this pasture don't graze it down just to bare dirt. But if they do graze it down just to bare dirt, at least it'll give me a good seed bed to put in turnips and radishes when we take the cattle out of here. But just trying to give you a good solid update on what's going on in the magical world of Tex Grebner, as I'm puking behind the chutes about this boar hunt and trying to make good YouTube videos for you guys. Well, spoiler alert, I just checked the card and there are no pictures that aren't of me on it. And I know deer travel through there, so I'm not quite sure. They must be traveling outside the range of the sensor or whatever. So that's disappointing. I'm probably going to have to move that camera here pretty soon. The rain finally quit, so I find myself back down at the river with just enough daylight to actually see where I can cast. My workouts are all done, and I don't really know what else to do with myself, so I'm gonna go night fishing. It's a little bit chilly, so probably not gonna catch shit, but at least I'm here. The good news is it's a little bit too chilly for the mosquitoes to be out in force. The bad news is I haven't had a bite all damn night. So, figuring that I'm going to pack it in, close out this episode. Hope the boar hunt goes well. As always, God bless all my sports in America. Join the N-rated Protector Rides. Please got my friends over at SOEtactical.com. Thank you very much those involved in law enforcement and those who served in the military. Thanks for watching Tex Grebner Outdoors.